Calculating the line of best fit using a graphing calculator. So today we're going to calculate the actual line of best fit for the two problems we solved yesterday, one regarding the length of an alligator and the other regarding the population of some bats. So let's begin. So here's my calculator. So we want to clear this. So we can hit clear here. And we can always just restart it too by hitting a second mode or second quit and clear. All right, so today we're going to be putting statistics in. So we're going to be using the stat key here. So that is our stat key. And we're going to edit our list. So it's on one, it's highlighted. We can just hit enter. And I already have some data in here, so I'm going to arrow up and hit clear and arrow down. I'm going to arrow to the left, arrow up, hit clear, and arrow down. And now I'm going to enter my X values, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and my list 1 will be my X values. So go ahead and do that just by hitting 0 and then arrowing down, 1, arrowing down, 2, just continue to do that until you get to 7. All right. So now that you've got your X values in list 1, we're going to put the Y values in list 2. So arrow to the right, and that should pop you right up to the top of list 2. And now we're going to go ahead and enter the corresponding Y value. And if it's 0.0, you don't need to write that. So just 22, arrow down, 22.5, arrow down, 23.5, and continue until you have all your data in. And once you have it in, you want to always go back and double check that you've entered the right amounts. All right. So now that I've entered the right amounts, the X values in list 1 and the Y values in list 2, I'm going to calculate the line of best fit, which is called a linear regression. So we're going to go back to the stat key, which is right here by the left arrow key. And now we're going to calculate. So we're going to arrow over to the right and highlight calculate. And now we have a new list. And what type of equation are we going to calculate? We're going to calculate number 4, a linear regression. So you can type the number 4, or you can arrow down, highlight 4, and hit enter. And now we have a menu that we're going to go through. Our X list is in list 1, so that's fine, arrow down. Your Y list is list 2, so arrow down. We can skip over frequency, and we're not going to store it today. And we'll highlight calculate and hit enter. So here's our equation. So let's convert that to a format we're familiar with. When we write a line of an equation of a line, we write it in y equals mx plus b, which is the same format here. They're just using a for the slope. So let's go ahead and pick up our slope here is 1.13. So y equals, we can say 1.13 x. And then our b value is 21.58. So we'll say plus 21.58. So there was the equation. That's the line of best fit. And then they had us calculate for the month 12. So now we'll go back to our calculator. We need to get to the calculating screen, the calculator screen, so we're going to hit the second key here and quit or mode. And then we're just going to type 1.13, and then we're going to times by 12 plus 2156. So after 12 months, our gator will be 35 inches long. So here's what I used yesterday. I came up with the equation y equals x plus 22, which is very similar to the line of best fit, and I predicted 34 inches. Okay, let's try it for the bat population. So let's get to our calculator. And we can go ahead and clear this screen. All right, we're going to clear the screen here. And now let's go into our stat. And we're going to edit our list, and it's highlighted, so we hit enter. And we have data in there, so we're going to arrow up, hit clear, and arrow down. And I'm going to arrow to the left, arrow up, hit clear, and arrow down. Now I'm going to enter my data. For my list 1, again, will be my x values, so 0, arrow down, 1, arrow down, and continue to year 7. Okay. And then arrow to the right, and then now put in your y values. Okay, and my values are incorrectly. So now I'm going to calculate a linear regression or a line of best fit. So I go back to the stat button. And again, I need to calculate this time, so I'm going to arrow to the right, calculate. And I want to do a number 4, a linear regression. So I'm going to arrow down, or you could type the number 4, highlight that, and hit enter. And again, I want it to read list 1, list 2, and then I can go down, highlight, calculate, and hit enter. And there's my equation of the line. So to convert it, that would be y equals negative 18.83x plus 328.42. We can say, round it whatever we want. What was my equation I got? Was negative 21,327. So my slope was off a little bit. And I think we predicted for year 10 here. So let's go back to our calculator and substitute 10 in for x. So I'm going to hit the second button here and mode or quit. And now I'm going to use my calculator function. So negative is down here, negative 18.83 times 10 for x plus 328.42. And that's going to be 140. So there's going to be 140 bats. And I had 117, so I was off a bit. And that's how you find a line of best fit using the graphing calculator.